Vision, parts of a flower and the structure of anther. A flower, sometimes known as bloom or blossom, is a reproductive structure found in flowering plants. The biological function of a flower is to facilitate reproduction. Basically, a flower consists of three parts, namely the receptacle, above which is the stalk, which is known as a pedicel, and on the receptacle we come across two types of appendages. One is a sterile appendages composed of calyx and corolla, and the other one is fertile appendages or essential organs, namely androecium and gynoecium. So, a typical angiosperm flower will have a stalk which is known as pedicel. Then at the tip of the pedicel, receptacle, thalamus or torus, on which the floral parts, namely calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium are present. Calyx and corolla are non-essential parts, whereas androecium and gynoecium are essential or accessory organs. Coming to the structure of an anther. In a transverse section, a mature anther shows the presence of an anther cavity surrounded by anther wall. It is bilobed, each lobe having two theca, that is, it is dithecous. A typical anther is tetrasporangiate, and in a transverse section it shows the following layers, namely epidermis, endothecium, middle layer and tapetum. Coming to the first one, the anther wall, that is the epidermis, it is single layered and protective in function. Below epidermis is endothecium. It is generally single layered and made up of fibrous thickenings. The cells are hygroscopic in nature and helps in dehiscence of anther. The middle layers are 2 to 3 layered, present below the endothecium, and they are generally ephemeral. They disintegrate or get crushed during maturity. The innermost layer is the tapetum, and it is a nourishing layer. It is usually single layered and is rich in reserve food material. It is polyploidy and serves to provide food to the developing sporogenous tissue. And based upon the behavior, it is classified into two types, namely amoeboid tapetum and secretory tapetum. So, this is a diagram of a transverse section of an anther where we can see the epidermis, the outermost layer, below that the single layered endothecium having fibrillar thickening helps in dehiscence of the anther, middle layers, 2 to 3 middle layers, and the innermost tapetum, which is a nutritive tissue. Coming to microsporogenesis. Microsporogenesis is a process in which each microspore mother cell or pollen mother cell divides meiotically to form 4 haploid microspores or pollen grains. Based on the cytokinesis, the pollen development can be differentiated into simultaneous type and successive type. 4 pollen grains are united to form tetrads. The tetrads are unseparated products of meiosis. And there are 5 types of tetrads, namely tetrahedral, isobilateral, decussate, T-shaped and linear. Sometimes we come across abnormalities with regarding to the structure of the pollen grain. In most of the Mimosaceae members, each of the tetrad cell divides once or twice or more yielding a group of 8 to 64 cells which remain together after maturity. These are known as a compound grains and they are held together in small units and hence they are known as polyads. The example for this is the species of Acacia, then Samania saman, Albizia lebec, etc. Another type of abnormality which is seen in plants is in the members of Asclepiadaceae. Here we call it as pollinia, and we also come across this in Orchidaceae members. In orchids, pollinia, the tissue held that are aid in the removal of structure from the flower are collectively known as pollinia. The term pollinia and pollinarium are often used interchangeably, but this is incorrect from morphological perspective. The term pollinia should be restricted to the very pollen-bearing structure of pollinarium. Pollinarium to the entire translatory unit or complex involving both fertile, that is the pollinia and pollen content, and the sterile tissue, varies, that is the pollinium stalks. Thank you.